No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I couldn't do it all alone.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the I'm Not Lucky, I Am Blessed podcast, Wine Wednesday segment. A show for great wine, great conversation with great people. And today I have a special guest in the building with me, a good friend of mine, Augustina. Come on, get used to it. You know you've
Okay.
been here before, right?
I know.
Yeah, I think you're like one of my first 5 guests that I have on this podcast that I remember.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when we had the USB microphones and
I know, we've upgraded.
yeah, we've upgraded. And
Hey.
yo, shout out to Tina. She's always there for me. You know, we did the NSAS episode too.
I
You
know,
remember
I know.
NSAS?
It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah. So guys, Wine Wednesday, like I said, is a wine tasting segment. You know, she brings her favorite wine or something she loves, or randomly picked wine. In this situation, randomly picked wine. I first started to get a wine. She was like, must we do one? I'm like, yeah, that's why it's called Wine Wednesday. So she randomly picked this wine, and I didn't randomly pick mine. I intentionally brought this wine. Mine is called the C5. I mean, not C5, CS. So it means Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh.
Yeah, someone introduced me to this wine last week.
I see.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. He told me it was a good wine. My co-worker.
I think that's the same with this one too.
Yeah, it's the
Cabernet
same.
Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, yeah. But it's funny because this one's name is Cabernet Sauvignon. That's the name of the wine, CS.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is just like partially like in it, right?
What's yours called?
It's just papi and then
Papi.
yeah.
Ooh, Spanish name.
Yeah.
Papito. Why did you choose Papi?
Sounds interesting.
I know, right? I've never heard a wine called Papi.
It sounds Nigeria papi.
Papi.
Or whatever it sounds like, yeah.
I've never tried the Papi one. Let's see where it's made from. Product of Chile. That's nice. Okay, let us see. I think mine was made from no idea.
Let me see.
Colombia.
Oh, Colombia.
Yeah,
Colombia is a
Valley.
good place.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I am looking forward to trying your wine. This is my first time trying this wine too, so I'm
Okay.
excited. Should we start with mine or yours?
I just have a quick question. When we're
Yeah.
trying the wine, hope is like tinny.
Tinny.
Like mine comes in your own can be full
Yeah,
glass.
yeah, okay,
But let me
okay.
just let me try it first. If I like it, and
You
then
like
we can
it?
add some more to it.
Yes, that's the goal. So the goal is I want you to enjoy the wine, and by the end of the conversation, drink more than you expect. But not to get drunk, Sha, but just yeah. Yeah. So okay, let's start with mine,
Okay.
and then also I have I think today's conversation is gonna be very interesting. What do you think, Tina?
Yeah, I am excited. Like we've talked about this episode
It's
for
been
a long time,
coming.
right? And I've always been like having questions. Like I don't know. I've been thinking about it.
You've done your research for the conversation.
Not really research, but it's just like honestly, in the morning at work, it's
Yeah.
a good space for me to like think.
Yeah.
So usually I just like think about this whole podcast and I get excited for it
Oh
for no reason.
wow! Thank you so much for for the
Yeah.
excitement. I've been excited myself too because it's something that we both are good at. You understand, right?
Singleness. What you do?
Okay, so I'll put it in for you, just a little bit. Ooh, I like it.
Is that how you pour wine?
So I'm trying to be gentle, manly. You should see me pour wine on a regular day. It's like I'm feeling this whole cup.
I know you
You
don't say no more. Say no more.
I am trying my best to. Ooh, I like the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just the smell of wine that just gets me. Okay, let's take a sip and see.
Oh, that's good.
You like it?
I like it.
Oh, okay. I like it too.
Yeah, it's not too bitter.
It's not too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how
If
you
it was
like.
bitter, you know I would have been. I
You would have been.
I don't like anything bitter, honestly. I
Oh,
cannot.
I agree with you. To be like when you say you were gonna get your wine, I thought you were gonna get one of those sweet wine.
Oh no.
But when you came back with a
I mean, like, I like sweet,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean like there are sometimes I just take like regular. Like this one is a regular wine for me. I don't like bitter, but
Yeah.
because I don't know why people go and use their money to buy something bitter. Don't take yourself by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? So yeah, I just like this regular one. I'm not really a fan of sweet
Sweet
wine,
wine, yeah.
but instead of taking the bitter one, I'd rather just go with the sweet one. You know?
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about that? I mean, it's just the first sip, so we hope to. So by the time we're done with this, halfway through the conversation, we should be done with this, and then we'll try your wine. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Mm. Okay. So
I don't trust you. I feel like even before we shuffle, you don't finish.
you don't
your
finish this wine. No. Okay. I'll finish mine and keep refilling. But once yours is over, then we'll switch.
wine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we always start the show with a quote. I came across this quote this morning while we're preparing for the conversation. I really didn't dig deep to look for a quote, but I think this is a good one. So the quote says, "Hope for love, pray for love, wish for love, dream for love, but don't put your life on hold waiting for love." I repeat. So let me take it again, okay? So hope for love,
Okay.
pray for love, wish for love, dream for love, but don't put your life on hold waiting for love.
I feel like that quote is meant for women.
I feel like it's meant for men too.
I feel like it's so meant for women because women, talk about love. They can fantasize, they can
Fantasize,
sleep in it,
sleep,
wake up
yep.
in it, like everything. Like
Yep.
you could see them just smiling, just in their own zone and everything.
Yeah, thinking about love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do they wait for it? Do they wait?
A lot
for
of
it?
them do.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people do.
Wow.
A lot.
But
A lot of people do, but it's just like it's not really like sometimes it's just like they're tired of the stage they are in,
Yeah.
and they feel like they want to move to the next stage,
yeah.
to the extent that they just feel like they're exhausted in that stage. They don't feel like they can do anything about the stage again, or they want to do anything about it. So at that point they are waiting without knowing they are waiting.
Ooh.
Some people don't know they are waiting. Some
yeah.
people they know,
Yeah.
but they are waiting anyways.
Yeah.
They're just like saying that, oh, I'm waiting for the next person. Like they're just trying their best to just leave that stage, like that in a hurry to leave that stage. Apparently that's what waiting will be like. Not like you're just sitting down waiting for it, but you're just in a hurry to leave that stage just to go to the next stage of maybe being in love or being married or dating somebody.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and and that's what like a lot of people have made mistake because they just want to go into something to the extent that because maybe what they have envisioned is taking so long, so they rush into something and thinking like, okay, when we get into it, we can make it work into what I've envisioned or something like that, or we could fix this, we could change this, we could do this, we could do that, those kind of things. To the extent that they saw the red flags, but they still went in anyways. So and that has always ended up bad, but yeah.
For me, like this quote like speaks my language.
Oh really?
100%. So when I was like, I've been single for a while, and I remember
How long?
I can't remember, but a long time now. Yeah. So don't worry, I'll gradually I'll come up with the years that I've been single. So there was this day I came across this lady and Northeastern, and she was telling me about she was like, "Am I in a relationship?" I'm like, "No," and I've forgotten what led to the conversation.
Okay.
But like at the end of the conversation, there's a word she told me. She's like, "Look, don't put your life on hold because of relationship.
Oh yeah.
Move on. If it will, like, let it come to you. Let it happen as you're going on in life.
Right.
You get it, right? Don't anticipate for it. Don't chase for it. Don't like be free. Meet people." And then if it leads to a relationship, it leads to a relationship. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You get it, right?
Right.
But just saying, "Oh, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for," it's really a bad. I mean, not like a bad thing. So when she told me that, I was like, "Oh wow." She's like, "Yeah, like that's how, like, you know, there's so much more to life than just relationship. Like relationship is just one segment."
Right.
So at that moment, I just felt like what, like I understood what she said, and honestly, that's how my life has been. Like I am not, like, it's not on my to-do list for the day to be in a relationship, but it's like if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, you know, whenever it comes, you get right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say from my own experience,
Yeah.
is more like, um, it's how would I say it? So it's more like I've been single for a
Yeah.
while too,
Yeah.
but I've been single because I don't want to get into a relationship. It's not because I've not seen people to go
People
into
to
a
go into a
relationship
relationship.
with.
I agree
I've
with you
seen
on that
them,
one.
and
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are people in my life even right now that I could potentially be in a relationship with.
You probably have a block list.
Right, like,
And like
yeah.
you unblock them and put them on paro. This guy, yeah,
I'm
come
telling
up
you,
for
like, and I even have people that have friend zoned me, because me, I don't like friend zoning people.
Friend-zoning
If I just say, like, I don't want this. If you like, go. If you like, stay. It's your business. But I
Yeah.
would not friend zone you to come and be keeping calling you or anything. And even when you friend zone me, I trying to give you the slack, like, not call you or do anything. I just watch you put the effort that you really want to want me to be your friend,
Yeah.
and then I will just like come around
Gotcha.
eventually. So it's more like I've not, to some extent, I feel like there was a time in my life where I've like put my life on hold,
Yeah.
but not only necessarily waiting for love, but waiting for on the next stage of my life.
Yeah.
The next stage of my life, and that's not just relationship wise. It's more like the next stage of my life, going into school,
Yeah.
doing things, like
Yeah,
all these
yeah.
things there.
Yeah.
So and I knew I was doing that, but then I felt at that moment, what else is there to do? So it wasn't like until I started telling myself, not really telling myself, I don't know, it's God, I move past that thing, I don't even know. But yeah, I realized that, okay, you have to, because then I listened to book, and I listened to, I read book,
Yeah.
listened to messages, but then I started realizing that I'm in this stage where I am because I've not really learned the lesson I needed to learn.
Ooh.
That's why I've not gone past
Gone
it.
past
So
it,
if
yeah.
I'm wasting, I'm actually wasting my time, not
Yeah.
anybody else's time. And the thing is, you know how they say, like, you are what you attract.
Yeah.
When you get to that stage where you feel like, where you as an
Yeah,
individual,
yeah.
where it's time for you to have that real relationship, you attract it. You attract that healthy relationship into your life. So with that, and another thing again, nobody wants to be with a sadist or a person that their life is not together, because
Together, yeah.
when the opposite comes, like when the opposite sex comes to your life,
Yeah.
it's not really about what they can do to you, but where you are too as a person, because they don't want to be with this depressed person, because no matter how you feel like you're going to drain joy, or the person is going to make you happy, it's going to be for a short while. Soon the person will also, once, like, you would drain the person's joy. Imagine coming to my life and then you're the only happy person, and me, I'm in
and then
this
you are
gloomy
not-
area,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then you,
gloomy
you
area, yeah.
before you know, we will exhaust your joy, and then we'll be sad
together. And then
we'll come and share
fight,
our own joy.
and then
Exactly.
fight, and then
Exactly.
break up
So-
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's more like, I feel like at a point, I don't know if everybody, but most people have been in that waiting part
Yep.
of life, but then eventually some have moved past it. Some people did not move past it. Some people made decision at that stage, and it has not really ended well. Some people might have ended, might have, yeah, well for them. So I don't know. So yeah. So
There's something you said that I love. You said we attract, we are what we attract, or something like that. I've heard this in several ways in life, but I've never heard it the way you said it in a relationship. And it got me thinking, like, wow, that is true. If you're broken, you might attract broken people.
Right,
If
the-
you're not put together, you're attracting. And now you want to ask yourself, what kind of people do I want to attract?
right, like, am I in a good place to attract what I really
what
want?
I really want. Honestly,
Yeah, are you in a
it
good
just
place?
it
'Cause-
summarizes why I value being single.
Right.
Because it's not even for me, it's about who I want to be with.
Right.
And like I like 100% I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But we live in a world where it's funny because people fear being single. Yeah, people fear being single. They think being single is an insufficiency. You know, it's something is missing in their life. Why don't I
I
find?
beg to differ. Me, I like being single.
That's a very.
I know.
powerful-
You know what's weird is that a lot of people say that, oh, that you get to a stage where, like, when you're so comfortable being single, you get to a stage where that you don't want to be with anybody. But I think I'm this kind of person where I've always liked being single, even at a very young age,
Yeah.
I could rather choose to stay in the room instead of going out with my friends or doing anything. Sometimes I just stay in the house. Even when my friends comes to look for me, I pretend like I'm not in the house just to stay single and daydreaming. That's my favorite thing to do. I daydream a lot. I'm like doing nothing.
Maybe
Jobless
they dream
me.
about relationships too.
Everything in this life, like who I want, but
Who you
mostly
want to
about
be
who
with.
I want to be. I feel like when it comes about relationship, I never really saw, like, I've always wished for a relationship, like that book say.
Yeah.
I've wished for it, I've wanted
Wanted
it, I've
it.
loved
Yeah,
it,
yeah, but you've
but
never-
I've never really focused because then I didn't really know how to choose a partner then.
Yeah.
So I've never really seen past it, like saying, because then I've never really asked myself the question, like, how am I supposed to choose the right person? Like, who is the right person for me? Because me, a lot of time people say, like, oh, when you want to go into a relationship, you have to make sure the person is this, Z, Y. You know, our guest has list, like, he has to be tall, he has to be this, he has to be that, he has to be that. I feel like for me, when I go into a relationship, I basically knock off those things. Like those things are no reason why I go into a relationship with people. The most times I can remember going into a relationship is because of we could vibe together, and I can hear you talk, and then you talk things that I could see you have better understanding than I do. Like you could teach me. Like I see like you're a better person. Like I want something from you. Like I want to learn from you.
Yeah.
I don't really focus on the material things, like the physical things. And you know the weird thing about that part is the fact that I've always dated like guys that are well to do without me actually consciously picking those people. Yeah, it's just a thing that happened. But it just naturally happened, and I'm just like, because later is when I find, like, I usually find out like later on in the relationship, but then it wasn't like really my intention. So yeah, that's it.
That's interesting. So basically, are you single by choice, or you're single by environment, conditions, and all that? You understand the question?
Right now, yeah.
Right now. So what are you? Are you single by your choice, or you're single just by, hey, nobody wants to date me, or?
Oh no. That's the list.
That's the list of your worries, right?
But yeah, I'm single because it is where God wants me to be right now.
That's true.
And what I mean, like, it is where God wants me to be right now. I mean, by choice.
Yeah.
It's not because of I've not seen somebody or seen people. It's by choice because God wants me to be here. And we humans, we have willpower. I could disobey God and still go into a relationship with any of the people in my life. But then I chose to obey God, and I've chosen to like stay single because I want his own standard for me. I want his own plan for my life, and not just me doing my thing. So yeah, it's by choice. What about you?
Honestly, I'm single by choice, not, but like a different reason.
Okay.
So for me, it's so the word single is like, I could still meet people, talk to people, be with people, and still consider myself single.
What do you mean by be with people? Do you mean like friends with benefits, have sex, and all that?
all that, and still consider myself single.
That's a whole different level right now. Oga, take it back.
Okay, let's
What do you mean? Okay,
See now.
that's an issue right there.
Okay.
Okay. I bet. Okay, now we're trying to go back now. Let's take it backwards now.
Okay.
Like, what do we consider being single? Like,
Okay,
what's
yes.
the definition of being single? Because then you're trying to say that you can be with all these attachments and still consider yourself being single.
Yeah, because if both of us don't agree that we're in a relationship, we can't call it a relationship. You get right?
But you're in a something complicated.
Entanglement. Yeah, those complicated ones are good because if two people don't agree and start, I can't be the one to start seeing you as a person when we both are not, in that.
Yeah.
In that, but sometimes you crave to have conversation with people. You crave to have those, so sometimes I let myself be in those situations where, I still, get to know people, because for me, it's about the experience. I'm learning from every single one I come in contact with. I'm learning from every single person I meet. People are different and everything. As much as I am working on me being better person, I use people as real life experience to work on me being better. I can't say I want to be a better boyfriend or like and just stay inside. I still go outside and meet with people. I talk to people, I hang out with people, just get to know people. But it's always like, what are you looking for? Whenever this question comes on, even when I'm on like dating side and be like, what are you looking for? I'm like, look, honestly, relationship is not what I am looking for. It happens. My own is, if it happens, it happens. That's why it's cool.
What is wrong? What is
it's
no
not
like
about-
you? What is wrong with you? That's the thing, because you're just saying that you crave for these things. Like, you want the things, but you don't want the title attached to it.
No, it's not like I
Because
don't
then
want
you
their-
want to sleep with somebody's daughter, you want to have all the conversation, you want to feel good, you want to do everything, but then you don't want the name to come, like, because then you're saying that it's not what I'm looking for, but then I want all the fringe benefits that comes with, like, oh, they were talking about fringe benefits.
Yeah.
I want all the fringe benefits, but I don't want.
But I don't want
I
the
don't want
title.
the actual.
It's like we have to be both understanding. If the person says no, oh sorry, I'm not interested, then they move on. But last thing I would tell people is that last thing I would tell someone is because I know this person wants a relationship, and I would say, like, I've been in a situation where the person really wants a relationship with me, but I've said, look, I am not ready for a relationship. This is what I can do. If you say no, I've seen people that literally don't talk to me because I said the relationship is not what I'm looking for, and I respect it, and I will never come back to you and tell you that, hey, okay, because they want a relationship, like, and I come so that I will come, so I will get what I want from you. Because no, that's not my purpose of being with people. Is not just to use them, but it's just both of us to agree that, okay, this is what we're doing right now, and then let us, because I feel like there's so much out there for as a human for us to experience, learn, and try. So I'm always like, look, today I discovered that I was going to live for 120 years. So from so this is very, very funny.
Oh my God, see what you've done.
Today I discovered
what
that
you've done.
I discovered that as a child of God I will live up to
God.
120 years.
God.
So basically, like, I'm just 20
you-
something.
Oh, so you
I'm
say-
still a child. You understand? I still have more things to learn. So but okay, no.
Well, okay, honestly,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, tell me please.
At this our generation, these people that for me work, I cannot, like, when I say I'm single, I'm gonna use like the old cliche meaning of being single.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have anybody
You're
attached.
attached, yeah.
You're not like having sex with nobody. You're
Yeah.
not like having those romantic relationship conversations with somebody's daughter or like somebody's son, and then just keeping the person on the sideline and then telling yourself that, oh, I'm single. I mean, like, if you're choosing to be single, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like you would not have those conversations, but are you drawing the line?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You have to be able to draw the line. You have to be able to say, like, okay, I want to be in a relationship, or I bet you when you have a conversation with a person, it doesn't take you long to decide whether you want to date them or not.
Yeah.
But then when you've made that decision, you know you're not going to be with them, but you still kept the conversation
keep it
going.
going, yeah.
And just because you want that lovey relation talk, all this conversation, someone to call you, and then I feel like there you're crossing the line, because there it's not more like you want to be single, but you want to enjoy some things that people in relationship wants to enjoy, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I was telling my friend the other day, I feel like that's one thing that affects a lot of married people or people in relationship, because they want to say they are single, but they are so attached to different things around them, and then by the time they are not going into a real relationship, they can't untie themselves with the people, because now they've built like a relationship or like a circle where it's not so healthy. You've slept with almost all the people that you call friends.
Yeah.
You have one thing going on with them, and then now you're having a girlfriend in your life, and then you still keep these people around you, or because you've had history with these people, and then they cannot just go away. Now you want to just see them as friends, forgetting that those people have lingering feelings too.
Yeah.
And those people, they you can't control them. You can do as much as push them away, but they can choose to come, and they can do anything to want to keep you too, because they have their own.
Yes.
So I feel like when I say I'm single, I mean like I am single. I don't have no, like, people talk to me, but then I tend to be straightforward. I don't try to like cut ways and be like, okay, let's just keep talking, or like any other thing like that. No, I know, like even my mind, my spirit, my everything tells me like, not this one. So immediately I'm just telling you like, dude, as you see, yeah, I'm not going to have a relationship with you. You're not the one I want to be in a relationship with. Not because you are anything or anything, but you're just not the one. So I bet you, like, let's cut off this whole relationship issue. If you know you cannot cut them off, I will cut you off entirely with the conversation. But if you know you can be normal and move past this whole relationship phase, and you want to be my friend, then I can consider that area. But then if it's something more than that, I cannot give you. As simple as that. I don't try to like keep relationship. I don't, and most times even when men try to like, they entice you with gifts and all those things, so I try to like, no, like per se, no, why are you giving me this thing? Like, I don't want it to look like, because then another thing men try to do is they give you the things. A lot of men, they use that sense. They'll give you the things and then they are expecting you to give them something back in return, or they're going to put you in this spot where they have given you so much
that you can't
and
say
then
no.
that you can't say no to what they want, because then they feel like they've invested so much in you. And that's the thing. I'm like, no, you cannot do that, because then you're always buying somebody, like you're buying the person, and that's really not fair. But yeah, I'm telling you, I don't really like it when people say I'm in a relationship and but then I'm having sex. Oh, I'm in a relationship but I'm talking to somebody, or I'm single but I'm having sex. I'm single and I'm talking to this person. I in my head, you're not single.
Do you know?
Tell that to yourself.
Do you know why most people still do that?
Why?
See, we live in a generation where, not only generation, but people around me, like, I realize that most of my friends and colleagues get into a relationship out of pressure. You get it, right? Something's going on. My age, my this, my family wants me to have a boyfriend. My friends think I should have a girlfriend. My age requires me this. Society wants this. So because of that, they get into a relationship that they really don't. They get in a relationship with someone that is available.
No,
you get it, right? They look around and say, okay, this person has been with me for this long now. Might as well just get into a relationship with the person. You get it, right? So they get into a relationship out of things, out of not by their own choice. So even when they're in that relationship, because they didn't settle for what they really want, they just settled. They settled for what was around.
Right.
Yeah, they compromised. They still go out looking for more.
Right.
Because that space has not been filled. That space has not been filled. That space, and it takes a lot of discipline to discipline yourself. Like, because I'm at this stage in my life where I still, like, I can, like, literally just wake up this morning and say, you know what? Okay, I'm done. I want to have someone, and I will, someone will be there in my life that will, but it's still like, I respect who I want to be with, not to even, once I'm in a relationship, I know I am in a relationship. I can never go outside and do anything. You get me, right? So you want to fill up everything that needs to be filled up. I don't know if it's God that can fill it up for you, or you use your one to fill it up. You get right? But people still have space in there that they need something to fill. You get right? So they still go outside trying to fill it up.
But then the thing is, that's the thing. So if you feel like there's a space in you that you need to fill, is not just going there to just try to look for something to fill it, but then identify what is that emptiness you're feeling. Identify, is either you're feeling a space of loving relationship, or I get the person. I feel like I'm in this place, honestly. I'm the kind of person who likes to explore. I'm the kind of person who has like a very
explorer. Dora the explorer.
I like to explore, and I'm a very visual person. So I thank God for my life, because I felt like I explored a lot at a very young age. And then I knew when I explored.
You're still young, right? You're supposed to live for 120 something.
I know. And I'm ready. Oh, God. Don't be small. But yeah, I actually did a lot of things at a very young age. Like, let me say some of my fantasies. I felt like I really like got into those things, and then I'm in that place where like I am not like done with all my fantasies, but then the remaining fantasies I have, I want to keep it for someone's son. So
I like that, someone's son.
I want to give it for someone's son.
My own fantasies are for someone's daughter, some people's daughters.
I don't want to finish them. The ones I've tried with people is enough. And I've decided, like, and the reason why I don't know. Why do you explore? Do you explore because you want to decide if you will go ahead with it, or you just want to see how it feels?
It's nothing about intentionally trying to explore. It's just what's out there. You wake up in the morning, and I mean, you wake up in the morning. You wake up, you go outside, right? And if anything happens, it happens.
Oh, really?
So it's not like you're waking up and saying, "Today I want to explore."
Oh,
No,
really?
it's like you wake up and you go outside, and
I guess that's why a guy and a lady is different, because me, I feel like everything I've done, it's not none of them took me by surprise. None of them just happened. It's just something that I envision. It's something that I say like, oh, this could lead to this. Okay,
That's
I want
nice.
that. That would be fun.
Nice.
Like I knew like the spice I needed for
Yeah,
like
for-
I knew like okay, it would be good to try sugar daddy. Okay, let's see how that goes.
let's see how that
It would be
goes.
good to date a white guy. Okay, let's see how that goes. It would be date to date in Nigerian. Oh, let's see. Like just like that. And then just do the things, and then we're like, my conclusion is this one.
No, I don't want this one.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And then they all know, not too
No,
bad,
not too
but
bad,
it's not
but
something
still
that's
not
wicked.
something that's wicked. I feel you, I
so,
feel you.
so all those things are just like things I've drawn conclusions.
Conclusions,
So
yeah.
I feel like that's why I'm in a very strong place where there are some things that will not entice me, no
Entice
matter
you.
how whoever is dragging me to go and do it. I'll be like,
Wow. It
I've already
It
done. I've
tough.
done it.
All those Tina crusher. Y'all should listen to this podcast and know and plan a strategy on how to attack, because all the strategies people are trying to use, it has been done.
They should plan. But yeah, I'm like, no. I'm not aiming for that. Like, this is old trick. Like, go back.
Go back.
Go and learn new skills. That's not working.
And it's sad when you see someone overdoing something. You're like, oh, this guy. I wish you.
It makes me cringe.
Yeah, you
Just
know
like,
that you don't even really have to do all this. for
Like, you
me,
don't
so-
even. First of all, you don't even stand a chance.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Oga, pack well. And then you are trying to do like the extreme, like doing extra. Like those people, they just vexes me. They know. When I change mood for you, I change mood for you. One guy will always look at me and be like, and he always tries to tell me I'm feeling through my face. Because then when he comes, I try to put a serious face.
Yeah.
Because he comes to my place of work. And then I try to put a serious face. And then he was like, oh, Tina, you're not happy with me today. I'll be like, I'm okay, just get what you want and go.
Oh boy.
And then it's just like teasing me and really like, why don't you like me? I was like, I don't hate you, but just buy what you want
buy
and go.
peacefully.
And then like just do what you want and go. But they don't understand those things. Like, I'm not in the mood to play with you. I'm not in the mood to crack jokes with you. I'm not in the mood for you to tease me or tell me about what you want to do or not. So it's just
You know how, but you know what? I don't blame those guys. It's because some people feel like they have to pursue. You get right?
yeah.
I have to pursue this woman. I have to, not take no for an answer. I have to, because I was in that situation in my life. You get me right? Where I felt like I have to prove that I love you. I have to, for someone. And the moment I realized it, that's the moment I even became fine with being single. Because I realized that if someone really loves me, I don't have to do any of that.
Right.
You get, like, I want that love that just, it was not by what I did. It was by the way I saw you, and I got attracted to you. It's the same way you saw me and you got attracted to me.
Right.
It's not because I came and bought you something, or and if any guys listen out there, maybe I bought you something, or I have and you thinking that I'm trying to no and I'm trying to win your heart or something. No, it's not because of that. Sometimes I just buy because I love to buy things for people. I love to give.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. He's a very nice person.
Yeah, so
He actually
it's
made money.
really not even because of that I'm trying to pay you in and have a relationship with you. Nah, it's not. And sometimes I try to stop it too, because it's like, hey, maybe let this person not feel like.
And so it's a miscommunication though.
Yeah.
Because then a lot of times some people, they're always thinking like, why are you doing this? Some people, they just say like, oh, he's a nice guy. Just a nice way of showing it. Some people, they're like, oh, Amy likes me.
Yeah.
Because then a lot of times in this America, when you go and just start buying gifts for somebody, the whole thing is like, oh, he's telling you that he likes you.
I mean, depending on the gift you buy too.
Right, yeah, it depends on the gift and how often you buy the gift too.
Yeah.
Because then a lot of time people just like, oh, because he likes you. Because then there was this guy at my work,
Yeah.
that one, it gets me like flour.
Oh boy, I don't do that.
For weird reason.
Yeah,
like,
I get like coffee and all that.
and
for
the weird
person.
thing is that the guy, I don't know his name.
Oh boy.
I don't have his number.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this person. Only time I see him is when he comes to my workplace.
But
And then he just comes and he just like, yeah, I got you flowers. And then he will give me flowers. He'll give me cards. He'll give me chocolates. He'll give me. There was a time he went to Ann and Taylor and got me necklace. And
wow.
And the weird thing about that guy is that he gets excited when he sees me wear those things or use those things.
Oh wow.
He just gets excited. And then a lot of time people have always asked me, like my coworkers, they'll be like, oh, do you guys communicate? I'll be like, no. Very weird. And do you know I knows I'm at work? My coworkers.
Oh wow.
It just my wine is finished.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's finish this one and then open your own. Yeah, but you can keep talking about that girl. Let me open this one.
But yeah, so it's just weird. And at a point, I felt like a lot of time people just made it look like, oh, the boy is saying he likes me, and me accepting it, I'm accepting his feelings. So there was this time he got me like a wristwatch.
Yeah.
And then, so I wanted to be sure we're on the same page because I don't like deceiving people. So I asked him straight up. I was like, dude, you know I'm not going to have anything with you, right? You know we're not going to date. You know, like, I'm not dating you, right? Or you're not going to ask me to date you. And then he was like, that I should accept the gift. Instead of just saying like, oh yeah, that's fine, that I should accept the gift.
Nah.
Just like that. And the weird thing is that
it's creepy.
Yeah, it is. But the weird thing about it is that there's sometimes he comes to my place of work and then he panics over not giving me gifts. To the extent that he tells my friend like, oh, Christmas is coming. What am I supposed to get for Tina?
Wow.
Oh,
you know
is she going to like it? I don't know. Like, he panics like that. And I'm just like wondering in my head. And funny thing is that this boy has not asked me for my number before.
This is a cycle.
It's a cycle. You think so?
I mean, some people just have things wrong.
I don't know. So I don't know.
Funny.
I feel like he's a very nice person because of recent he has not been coming, right? But then he orders stuff through Uber Eats and he always say hi to me. He just type a message and say hi Tina, like on there.
Wow.
Like he doesn't want anything more.
I mean, some people are just super nice, Jack.
I just know. I bet to differ. Like
nice.
a lot of time people misunderstand some people because they feel like. And another of my friends, they get jealous. They be like, our uncle wants you. And then they are jealous because I'm receiving the gift, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's just weird. But yeah, let's talk about fun things.
Okay, so this question I have: Do you think it's important to be single, and why? Do you think it's important for everyone in you know? Because why I'm saying this is some people have never been single. You know, they always run from being single. They always want to be in a relationship. They always want to be in a relationship.
Themselves.
Yeah. So do you think it's important to be single? And why do you think it's important for us to be single? I mean, I have my own answers too. Okay. But, you know, like, what's your own opinion?
Yes, I think it is very, very important to be single. Like, I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah.
I cannot stress it enough. Why? It's because... That is the stage where you find yourself.
That's true.
That is the stage where you get to know yourself.
Yeah.
That's the stage where you get to love yourself, accept yourself.
I'm telling you.
And that's the stage where you grow as an individual. That's the stage where that's your stage where you find your principles, your norms, your what you stand for.
Yeah.
If you're a person of integrity, like that's the point where you test yourself to see like if you can stand by what you believe in. And that's the stage where you find everything you want to find for yourself before someone else comes into your life. Because if you cannot find yourself, other people will bring what they have into your life. And then you just keep accepting those things. Because then when you find yourself and know who you are, you find things that you want in your life, not people bringing their own garbage into your life, not just like people just coming.
Whatever.
Like imagine just like, oh, I don't have. Imagine
let's try your one.
Yeah,
but you can keep going.
A lot of times people be like, so let me use this for example.
Okay.
I don't know. I found myself that okay, I want to serve God, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't even know if they want to serve God or not. And they're in the relationship today with this guy, and this guy is saying like, oh, let's go to church, and they're like, okay, no reason, they'll follow that guy to church.
Yeah.
Next minute they're dating the Muslim, let's go to the mosque. Okay, let's just go. The next minute they're dating a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, let's just go.
Yeah,
Like you're just like going everywhere, and just like you're just like everywhere. It's just like I feel like being single is so important because it's gonna help you as a person. It's really gonna help you because it's you have to stand by something, otherwise you fall for everything.
Ooh, yeah.
That's just the thing. You have to find yourself. You have to know what makes you happy. You need to know like what are your triggers in life, because a lot of time people have this toxic things in them, and you have to find out what are the triggers for those things and how to better control them. You have to find out about your temperament. You have to know like the areas where you can succeed and the areas you cannot. You need to find the purpose in life. You need to get your financial goals in. You need to get everything. Like being single is just that part between leaving your parents, like being under your parents' guidance, to actually being in a marriage. A lot of time, a lot of people don't want to get married. So, and another thing again is, a lot of times people waste those single days.
Yeah.
People waste them a lot because they just feel like
they will never come back again.
Yeah, I know that people waste it because then they don't understand that phase in their life. So they just wait and just be like, okay, well, let me just enjoy. They go ahead, eat unhealthy, spend the money the way they want. They work, before you come, the money is gone. They don't set no principle for them, no guide. They have no goals. They just be like, okay, when the future comes, we'll go over and do that kind of thing. So a lot of things are not settled in their lives, and that itself is just as bad as not appreciating you being single and making use of that phase, because every phase in life that God has given, has a purpose to fulfill in your life. It has a purpose, and one thing again is that being single actually helps you build the things called self-control. A lot of time people don't have those things because and a lot of time people tell
not just self-control, even emotional control.
Right, a lot of things, to be able to control yourself before somebody else will control you. Because a lot of time people don't know, like, I will always make maths and be like, oh, I can do this, but then there are those single times will test your abilities about so many things, like especially when you say, okay, I have self-control. Imagine now you saying that I have food in the fridge, and then you're saying that, oh, I don't want to eat because it's past 9 p.m. and then now you're awake till like 12 and now you're hungry. You do have that self-control to go and eat that food, go and make a brown soup and eat in that night, or you have the self-control to be like, okay, let me just snack on oranges or like something light and go to bed, or let me just force myself and sleep. We do have that self-control of saying that, okay, I'm single and I'm awake night 12, I'm on it, let me just call one boy to come over, or let me call one girl to come over. We have that self-control, just be like, you know what, I'm on it, but then I'll just sleep. I'll do something else that I don't want to do. Or do you have those principles to say that it's business, I'm dealing with somebody else's money, let me take care of it appropriately, let me not be corny, or let me not steal from this person. How do you deal with your fellow human being? How do you deal with this person? How do you deal with other people? Because then the thing is, you don't prepare yourself for those things, but then you want those things in your life. Because then you're just saying like, oh, I want a woman that is God fearing. I need a woman that is fine. Is your own life fine? Is your own life fine? Yeah, they were like, oh, I need this, I need that. You have to work on yourself. It starts with you. That's why I cannot stress it. Like, being single is really good.
So being single is just that phase where you have that little phase, that window that you have to get your stuff together. Get your act together before you move. Get it together, because once people are always going without having a break. It's just like COVID happened and it slowed us down. Wait, yes, try your wine. Oh. I know. It's called Papi. Oh. This is a very Papi wine. I know. Actually, I was like, yeah, this wine is very bad. It's the kind of wine that you drink till you eat to finish. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It's sweet, but not so sweet.
But not so sweet. Yeah.
Oh.
I was surprised at the wine. Yeah. Me. I was like, ooh. I just drank it and I was like, let me just wait till you try it.
I know.
Yeah, it's a very spoiled.
I'm proud.
It's. I'll mix both of them and drink, but I like this one too. Yeah, I like the Papi. Papi is it's not like dark red, but it's grapey.
I know.
but not too much for real.
Right, it's weird.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I mean, whoever owns Papi, great job on the wine. I mean, both wines are cool, but
Oh, that's one thing I thought you should be doing on your podcast, though.
what's that?
You should try and be tagging these
These
people.
people, yeah, I know, right? There's this
Tagging them.
there's this wine company that I'm looking for like local wine companies that I can work with, and but stuff like that. Okay, so back to the conversation. Like what you said was so powerful. Even me just listening, I am starting to even value, because sometimes we're in that phase, but we don't know what that phase is for.
Right.
You get it, right? We're single and we're just like, why are we being single? Why are we single? But if you know what it is for, and you walk your ass, like you could be out of it. I think like it's a phase that make the most out of it. Learn what you want to learn. Because the same question I asked you, let me answer too. Like, I've been single for a while, and my own is that I'm even worried for myself that I might be single for a long time. You get it? It's funny because the more I realize how much I can be by myself.
My ass is spinning me.
Sorry, like I start to crave. I value being alone. You get right? I value it so much that there are spaces that I don't want to share with people in my life. Yeah, like especially in COVID, I realized that if when you don't have anything to do, you're just, because COVID literally forced us not to do anything. You get right? Everything was closed.
Not doing anything.
You justify not doing anything, and I like that window. I had it like I spent so much time reading stuff, knowing about myself, and I was like, ooh. So literally, I need that time in my life to just actually be by myself and not do anything. Like I was telling a friend, I was like, I don't mind actually once a month in my life just shutting everything down and just being by myself and try to find out more to me than what. So like just that's so when I'm single and you're not in a relationship, it's still that time where you still have by yourself to still do things that you want to do, like grow yourself, like find your purpose. Being in a relationship is not your purpose in life. It comes with the purpose you get, but it's not the full purpose. So like I'm still in that situation because relationship take time, and if you don't use this window to like you said, this phase to look for what your purpose is, by the time you start being in a relationship, look, someone told me like relationship is like having a master's. It takes your time. Like, you have a master in your house. Like, you have someone that you're trying to please that, But if you don't use this time to do what you're supposed to do now, and then you play with this time, or you don't value it, and then you get into a relationship, you'll be doing both things. You'll be trying to be with this person because they deserve your attention.
Of course.
They deserve your full attention, and the same way you deserve their attention. But now if you don't do what you're supposed to do in this window, it's like you're trying to give them your attention, and then you're also trying to discover who you are. So it's like you're serving two masters at the same time.
Right.
But if you put yourself together and then the relationship come, one side of your life is already sorted out, you get right, and then this side is just slowly you're
and another thing again is another thing is that
she's
can
struggling.
I stop drinking the wine?
Okay.
Another thing again is that
Yeah,
being single helps you kickstart your goals in life.
I know.
Helps you like build that thing where if you're going to be a pastor, if you're going to be a musician, if you're going to be any of those things, you have to start when you're single. Not just because you cannot start when you're in a relationship, but it's just like it's better off when you start it in that stage, because then it's more like you have something that you are doing. You have something going for you. You have a thing that is going for you. So because a lot of time is because then when you are finding a partner, you find a partner to fit where you're going. Because then it's not just trying to find a partner and then going where you're going. Because then when you find a partner and that partner doesn't want you to go in that direction, that's another war.
That's the truth. That's what this quote was saying. That don't put your life on hold going to look for a relationship, because by the time you find that partner might be taking you to a different direction in life, because you're like, okay, I found you, now let's go back to what I was doing before. You get it, right? But if you're still on that path, and you know the relationship come. Whoever comes into your life will just adjust to it.
Right.
And okay, this is this person's part, and
Right.
they should be on that
And
part.
then you could easily identify like, okay, the person going the same direction with you.
With
It's not
me,
like saying like
yeah.
I'm a musician,
Yeah.
and this woman is saying, oh, I cannot deal with musician, and then you want to go and marry her. Do you want to just kill your musician
It's your
career?
career. I know.
That's as simple as that.
Yeah,
There's
as
no
simple
say,
as that,
oh, I will
yeah.
convince her to come with me, because you convincing her is killing
It's
her own
killing our own
dreams.
dream.
So it's either way. One person dream has to die for us to go the
Ooh.
direction that we're going, or she has to re-dream again for to go that direction
that
that you are
direction that
going,
you're
or
going.
something like that. Somebody
Wow.
has to pay the price for
That's true.
doing that. So it's like you have to start what you want, and then find every other things will fit into where you're going to, and never the other way around. Don't try to be in a relationship first and then start going in the direction that you want to go, but rather be in the journey, be in the pathway to where you're going, and then
The
every other
relationship
thing will
will
be
enter-
added to
added
it.
into it, yeah.
Relationship, money, fans, so everything will be coming
Everything.
like that, because then you're in the right path, and that will bring more fulfillment than actually like being in the crossroads and just say, okay, let me find this person, because that's a lot of things I feel like our parents did. They never really had like dreams. They never told them of, I mean, I feel a lot of them did dream, but
Yep.
they never taught them how to chase those
Chase
dreams.
those
So
dreams, yeah.
their utmost dream from their
Was
parents was to get married.
Married,
So once they get married,
relationship, yeah.
they put everything on hold to be a kids.
Kids, yeah.
And I feel like we the kids, that's the best we could do for our parents, is try to help them, try to
them.
make them dream again, try to make them feel like they've not wasted their
Yeah.
dreams on us, they've not
Yeah.
wasted their years, put everything on hold just to raise us up and all.
That's powerful.
Okay, question.
Yes, please ask questions, because I've been asking.
Question,
Yeah, let's
question.
go. Let's go. Let's make this fun.
Okay, so as a guy, right?
Yeah.
As a guy, where do you like how do you know when to draw the line between like you said, have the conversations and just be playing around, from that stage to actually being having a girlfriend, and then from there being into a proper relationship, like I want to get married to this person?
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's too soon. You know how before you date someone, you eventually start off as friends.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
you guys go out, and then slowly you're like, oh, I think I like you.
Mm.
You know, and then it starts, and then you guys start. You know, I feel that's how it also is for me. I really can't speak for every other guy, but for me, it's like, okay, it has to be like, am I where I want to be in life, or at least am I on that path? You get right?
Mm-hmm.
Because relationship, having a woman into your life, you know how God created Eve, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, Eve came in to assist Adam.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have, because look, I believe women are very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I believe women are even more powerful than men.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if you know me, I always come with questions for you guys to answer for me. It's not because I'm but because I know that when women, like when a woman gets involved in what you're doing, it's better than when you alone are doing it, or you do it with guys. You understand, right? Because women, you guys think differently. You guys have this wonderful power in you that everything you lay, like, it's so powerful. So I've always wanted to be in that position where even if I am not, like, I'm not trying to be 100% satisfied or be where I want to be, but I want to be in that place where, look, I know what I am going for, I know what I stand for, and then because I know how powerful a woman is, having a woman coming into my life now just makes this journey quicker for me. You get, now I have something that she's coming to help me with. You get to build. You get, right? Now I have something that she's coming to do, because if you don't have that thing, like Miles Monroe used to say, it's like, if you don't have a thing for the woman to do in your life, she literally can do anything, that even something that you don't want to prosper will prosper. That's how powerful a woman is. So it's, for me, it's like, first I need to know that thing, that I'm here to do. I mean, there's so many things that I'm here to do, but I need to find that path. I need to create that path. So when the woman comes in, she but with her wisdom, with her help and all that, so that's number one thing for me. I need to find myself. I need to know what I
So
am.
wait, you need to know what you're here for, or you
Oh,
need
yep.
to be in the path at least for
Yeah.
you to know that you're ready to be in
I'm ready to be in a
relationship, a girlfriend or
Yeah.
a wife. Okay.
Yeah. And then also is I always say this thing. I want my next relationship to be my last relationship.
That's me too.
You get it, right? I have had a relationship that I love people so much, and I don't even know how we broke up. Like, it's like, how can you break up with it? Like, this love was so good, and then something happened. But so my own is that if I want to love person, I want to love, and then we marry, so that even if there's, we know that, okay, see, we are married, we have to figure these things out.
Yeah, like after you calm down.
Yep, after you can calm down, we are married. But if you're single, we feel like you still have privilege to go out to break up, and
Right.
But marriage is like, okay, divorce is not something I really want to do.
Right.
You understand, right? So meaning we have to figure a way out to out of this situation. So for me, it's like I put all these things in consideration, that look, I have to be in that place where
Okay, because then in your next relationship, it has to be marriage.
It has to be
You don't
marriage.
want to be doing off and on anymore.
Nah, I don't want to be doing off and on anymore. Like,
Okay.
listen, shout out to any person listening. Say with relationship, just know it's going to marriage. Like, because
date you, they marry
if I date you, you say yes, and we date. You understand, right? The next step is like we should be working towards getting, married and building. You get right. So with with a mindset like that, you really don't allow anybody to come into your life and just you get, because I know what I'm looking for. You get right.
So okay, so the question would be now is, when you see that woman, who can do all those things for you, or if you see the right woman, would you be able to identify? Like, would you be
That's
able
a
to?
very powerful question. I really, I don't.
Do you think you know the right woman?
I
right
don't
now?
think I
You
know the right woman.
But then, do you know what you're looking for in a woman?
Good question too. I came across this guy, and he was saying you literally need to describe the kind of woman you want. The qualities you want in a woman and all that. But like I mean, as much as I want to have qualities, like I have things that are yes and things that are no for me. You get me, right? Yeah. And I'm not really high on you have to meet all these qualities. You get me, right? But they are like maybe top 5, top 3 that I have. Yeah, top 5. You must know God. You get me, right? You must not be a die by fire, or serious into no.
Don't be religious.
Don't be
Don't be religious.
No, like you must know God. You get it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't know God, you must have that like accept, like that mindset that there is, because some people don't even want to. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. It's not like I'm trying to convert anybody to my religion or anything. You get me, right? But I need someone that has that open mind that there could be God, there is God, but not someone that look, there is no God, I don't believe in God. You get me, right? That's number 1. Number 2 is you must have a heart. Like for me, it's even the heart. It's not even the God. It's the heart to love people, the heart to be nice, the heart to like take care of kids, like see things and be moved by it.
Be mother. Be a motherly person.
Motherly person, to not just to children but to the world. You get me, right? You see the world as, okay, look, be nice. You get right. Some people, like, there are people that I'm a huge Christian, but I still know there are some people that they don't go to church, but they are nicer than Christian. They have a bigger heart than Christian. You get. So that's why I go for like the heart to love, someone that has the heart to love me, and then not just me, but to love the things that I love and to love others around, other people, like for real, like you don't discriminate, you just love. That's 2. And then number 3 is my culture is not really a huge thing for me for someone to accept. Yeah, I really don't think my culture is something that I want because even me, I try to act more from the culture. So. but yeah, and
goodness.
And
You go adopt another.
I found that culture. So if I like your culture, maybe they culturize. We are moving to your culture. Adopt your culture. So, and then I also like a smart woman. Like, I like a woman that is very powerful. Yeah, even more powerful than me. Yeah, I want a woman that is very, very powerful. Why? Because I know I'll be very powerful. So having a woman that is very powerful to just,
Yeah, it takes a powerful man to raise a powerful
from,
woman.
like
To
we
be behind
behind like we want to all be powerful, like but yeah, I like a woman that like thinks big, that not overthink, but like she's ambitious.
I don't overthink.
But she knows she's ambitious. She knows what she wants. I like a woman that when I'm going out, she's going out too. You get me right? And then we're both coming at the end of the day and working. I don't like a woman that I'm going out, you are still in bed. And I mean, I won't fight you, but auntie, I don't think that will last sharp because I'm like, they don't break and you still there. Like it's like get your ass go to work, somewhere. Go somewhere, like
I'll come back in the
and
evening.
come back in the evening, let us chill, like something like, because we want to spend, I want a woman that when I'm buying for you, I'm buying for me. You get that, like
Spoil me,
yeah, if I buy you private jet one, you are buying me 2 private jet. Yeah, that's the kind of woman that I want.
I mean, buy private jet, I'll buy you boxers.
Maybe one that I buy private jet, you go buy me boxer.
I'll buy you boxers, I'll buy you keke na pep, so they start driving company.
On your birthday, I like I go off beyond and buy you something, and then on mine you go do fingerprints, pays for a card.
Or go print box, I can put your face inside.
Yeah, put my face inside. No. We don't want that. But I mean,
Oh God.
it's a lot, but truth be told, I am still not even. I need to start actually, really, really looking for. But for me, still, I'm at that stage where it's myself I'm working on. You get right? Because I know that once I'm ready, like you said, I will attract. Once I am there, I will attract that person that and that's what I want. I want to attract. I don't want to chase. Yeah, that's a very powerful line you said. Like I really, like I want the stage of my life, the person I am, to just naturally attract. Let that person see me and say, "Ooh, this is the kind of person I want to be with." You understand, right? And then
Imagine, it was Pastor Kingsley that said this. Then he said, a lot of times people be like, "Oh, I want a limousine, but does the limousine want you?"
That's a good question.
Like,
I want it. Does it want you? I know.
Because then you keep saying, "Oh, I want this." You refuse to grow more than keke na pep, and then you want a limousine. Does the limousine want you? Because now that limousine is looking for somebody that is better, that will be better, or at least the person that is in the same lane with them.
Yeah.
And then you on that, you now be saying that I want you. Like, are you all right? Where were you? Where others were building themselves to come this way?
But yeah, the question you asked me, let's reverse it to you. You get it, right? So the first one was, you said, at what stage do you know that you're done with all this, phase that you're in and you're ready to?
I mean, I honestly, I knew I was done years ago. Since I found God,
with dating.
I knew I was done with. I knew like, honestly, I know nothing.
You don't know nothing. I swear that. At the end of the day, you realize that I don't know nothing. With all the I knew. I like how you said so many I knew, and then you just ended it with, honestly, I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. Oh man.
I don't know nothing.
No, that's true. And
yeah,
that's powerful.
I just like, I don't know nothing. I just wait for God to tell me, like, until it's time for you to
time
get
for
ready
you to
for
get ready
marriage,
for
and then we're
marriage.
like, okay, well, more they
Let's
go.
start.
And then if God say, okay, it's time for you to just stay and grow and focus on your business, your career, your school.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's an assignment.
Wow.
More they go with that one. Like, that's just simple. I really don't know, because I was telling I always tell myself, I said, if it's left for me to choose a husband, if it's left for me to choose a significant other, I don't know how to do that.
I know, right?
I don't know. I feel like God knew, like, He was going to help me. That was why He never really, like, made me at a very young age wonder how to find that person, or like how to choose a person, because I feel like there's so many things that,
so many artificial things that you would choose in a person.
right? Like, there's so many things that. Not just that, so my own issue is not even choosing artificial things. My own issue was that I'm easy to walk away like this in a relationship.
Oh, wow.
I'm easy to walk away. So some things that are not even red flag, I see them as red flag.
And then you have
In my own head, it's vexed.
Yes,
and
man.
do you know what the issue with that is?
yeah,
Is rather than me saying like you did something, right?
yeah,
It's something that I could plainly just talk about or like call you out on it, and then maybe your explanation will be otherwise. Will not even be words in my head. But me now, I will not talk about it. So I've really started my own gown number one red flag.
You want red flag? Your flags are counting.
I don't any cool that my
Wow.
so cannot lead to marriage.
Wow.
Like I'm easy to walk away from things. I'm easy to walk away from the relationship, and the thing and one thing is,
That's not a bad thing, Sha.
right,
no, it's not a bad
but the issue is that once I'm ready to work out in a relationship, I'm meaning anything I'm ready to walk away from.
Yeah.
Meaning I'm also ready to endure all the pains that comes with it. Like I'm ready to endure the heartbreak. Like you know that kind of thing where you walk away but you're breaking your own heart.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. So
wow.
I'll be the one that will break my own
Break your own heart
So,
and just
and
walk
then,
away.
Right, I'll walk away.
And you be crying, but
I'll
you're
be
just
the one
walking
crying.
away.
I'll be the one being heartbroken. You know that kind of thing that you
That's
broke someone's heart, which you're not gonna play love song.
Yeah.
What you did.
Yeah.
I was that kind of person.
Damn.
I would just walk away because sometimes I get in my own head space,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just like I draw conclusions a lot and assumptions, and
Yeah,
another thing
yeah.
again is just me not. I don't know. I think I'm scared of hearing the truth, or like I don't know. But it's just something I do. But from now, I feel like I've tried not to like draw assumptions on things. I'd rather like ask you the question and hear what your reply is, so I know like where what I'm doing. It's not just me, my own headspace or anything. I've spoken to you about it, and then you say this is this and all that. So it's not really So being in a I don't know when I should be in a relationship. I don't know. Left alone to me, I feel like I should be in a relationship right now. I should be in a relationship right
Anytime.
now, leading to marriage already. Left alone to
Left
me.
alone to you.
Yeah, that's what I think I should be.
I like that.
But yeah, God says it's not it, so I'm not even panicking about it. I'm not even troubled about it.
No, because
so it's more like
there's someone out there for you. Yeah.
I know there is someone. I know
Definitely.
that. I know like very soon.
125 years, we will definitely meet that person. Even if not at the age of 100 I meet that person, I'm patient. I will meet you. Don't
see
worry.
See what you did to yourself.
Don't worry.
See,
me is my motto now. I was saying something. I just realized I was going to live for 20 something years.
Oh god.
So I need to take care of myself, and
I know, but yeah. What's the other question again?
So let me change this question. It's like, at what point does it become too much being single? Is it possible to be over single? Like you've overstayed this phase of being single. Now you need to get a relationship.
I mean, like that question. I feel like, when you're single though,
Yeah.
you should also open your eyes to observe.
What are we observing?
Observe like the people coming into your life.
Okay.
First of all, the pattern of the people coming in. Thirdly, to open your eyes to see it. Like the Bible says, watch and pray.
Yeah.
The people coming into your life. Has my husband come yet? Is he going? I don't make young guy, don't they go?
I'm over 4 men.
I've done the most.
And now he's moving.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or am I chasing him away? Or like,
yeah.
So it's a thing. So I wouldn't really say like Drake song God's Time, right? It's very important because then I could be single until I'm 28, and then I get married, and then you could be single till you're 35, and then you get married. Yeah. So everybody has their own timing, so don't panic. It's not about what society says. It's not about what your parents say. Because me, even right now, when I call my parents and they finally raise that question like, oh, when are you get married? I laugh at them. Not me. I laugh at their jokes on you. Because then I tell them, I'm still a baby.
still a
I don't know
baby.
what you think, but I'm a baby. So I don't know
Yeah.
why you be asking a baby that question. So
Yeah.
treat me like a baby. When I'm ready, I will bring the man. If I'm not ready, let's move past it. So we'll
No,
just
it's
crack
good.
the joke and
It's
keep
good.
going. No pressure, because if my family, if I honestly, if anybody pressure me, I cut you out of my life. As simple as that.
I'm telling
Like
you.
I'll give you break. They're on vacation. Our conversation they're on vacation. See, I feel like you're thinking straight out.
now. And then I won't block you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and I'll give you
have
another
you have
chance
be
to
thinking,
come back
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Nobody can pressure me at this
Pressure
time.
you
If
to
I
get
feel
into a
like you are
relationship. Nah.
not even just relationship, any other part of my life. When I
Life,
feel
yeah.
like you're going to pressure me on unpleasantly, like you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing.
doing,
I'm
yeah.
just like, you know what, you're being toxic for me right now,
Right
because
now.
then I don't want you to come up on me in a frame of mind where I shouldn't be.
Start thinking about a
Right,
relationship
because
like
then
it.
and then
It's your
try.
father's work.
You can't do that to me. Like
Yeah.
I know where I stand. I know where I am. I know where I'm going. Your journey is not my journey. Just because you got married at this age does not mean I should get married at that age.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I just feel like
I feel like
it's
I'm the
not.
only one drinking the wine.
I am though, but
Okay.
it's not really about like being too single, but then it's doing the right thing, being single, or not chasing the people away because you're single, or because you
you're
think you should be single.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you are saying, you are saying something. You said that it's good to work on yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's good to set goals for yourself. Some people may achieve those goals while they're being single. Some people, it's meant for them to achieve those goals while they get married.
Ooh.
Some people, it's meant for them to achieve those goals after they
That
have
is
first kids.
That is true.
So it's not just, so don't be close-minded
Yeah,
to
yeah.
what you have in plan, because then you men plan, but God is the one who carry out that
out
plans.
the
God is the
yeah.
one who fulfill those things in our
Yeah,
lives. So
yeah.
just because you set a goal and say like I want to
Married,
have this money in my
this
account,
age,
I
yeah.
want to be in this place in my life. When someone else's daughter is coming, I don't want her to suffer. You are the one thinking the daughter is suffering. You are the one thinking this, because then when that one person come, maybe that person is living their own cruise in your life. They're just happy at the phase you guys are,
yeah.
and they are not. They are even more excited to go into the next phase, and you guys are going in together, and they are excited for it. But then you just close my like, oh, I don't want to suffer someone's daughter.
Yeah.
They are not suffering. Some people are not complaining. They are, except say you want to go marry somebody where be say just see past you. Yeah, I don't see a rich year like this. Yeah, I
Come
do.
back.
Yeah.
That's yeah, come black. You know,
Your
yeah.
own
Yeah.
idea,
That's,
yeah.
no,
and then
no,
you
that's
go and marry
not-
somebody
that's-
that is back, and then the person is not putting you on due pressure, and then the
yeah.
person is just like, oh, we have to be this, and then the person is like this, and funny thing, I was listening to a man, right?
Yeah.
Last Sunday was 50 something that Pastor Kingsley's have going on right now, and he said something. He said that just because a woman tells you that I love you the way you are does not mean you should not grow.
Improve. Yeah.
Right. It's more like I love you for this season the way you are.
This season,
but
yeah,
it doesn't
but
mean you should stay that way.
for all
Grow.
season. All
Right.
season.
Grow
Yeah.
out of that season.
I agree.
Grow out of that season. And that's for everybody, even a man, even a woman. I just feel like self growth is very important.
Nah,
As well
yeah.
as every other area.
Yes.
So
100%.
it's okay to lack some things, but
Yeah.
don't stay like that. Don't be content with those things. Grow out of those things.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so it's good. That's why I'm saying, like, when you set a goal and say like, oh, I'm single,
Yeah.
or don't be too single or anything. Just make sure you're not overdoing it.
Yes.
Just make sure you're opening your eyes, you're watching and you're praying. Just make sure you're setting your goals, and also you're asking God, like,
And you're also
God,
talking to people
right,
too.
like, and you're talking to people, you're reading book.
Yeah.
Open your mind, read books, learn things, because then sometimes God speaks to you through all those things that you're reading, because then your blockade already close your mind.
Yeah.
But then all those things are coming in, and the thing about God is, when you close your mind towards things, is going to bring it the first time. And if it brings the person, because sometimes we are close-minded, because first of all we're close-minded. Secondly, when the person bring it, we'll first of all look at the message. I'm like, it's not fit for the message. We're not gonna listen until we see the right person with the right message. I'm like, let me consider this thing.
Yeah.
So we're like that. So it's just like, just don't make sure you're overdoing it.
That's true.
That's just it.
That's true. I like that. What other questions? Let me see, because I I asked the last
Oh
question.
yeah. You remember the questions we were asking before?
Yes.
Is it up for a woman to keep a man, or a man to keep a
the
woman?
man to keep a woman. I think
You
that's
go first.
Yeah. So okay, let's say this question again. Can you rephrase this so
Okay.
so they understand what we're talking about?
Okay, so
yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
how, you know, how society or people make it look like, oh, as a woman you cannot keep a man, especially when you have failed relationships, right?
Yeah.
But then the question really is it for a woman to keep a man, or is for a man to keep a woman? Like, which one is the right way? Can a woman really keep a man, or a man is the one who's supposed to keep a woman?
Okay. You know what? I had a different answer to that question, but after drinking this wine and all that, after drinking Papi, my equation changed. Okay, the truth of the matter is, you keep yourself. See, it's not about the man keeping you.
Keep yourself in what?
No, so it's not about the man keeping you or the woman keeping you. You get right? You keep yourself. If you feel like this keep is not where you want to keep yourself, move. You get right? Don't wait for someone to keep you. You get? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's like, okay,
It's making sense to me.
okay. Let's say it's like both of us are in a relationship. You get right? I know what I like and I know what I don't like. You get right?
Yeah.
You might be doing things to keep me, but I might not be
Interested
in being kept. You get right? You are really trying to keep me,
Yeah.
but I'm just feel like this guy is not getting me at all. You get right? Because does that mean because you are trying I should stay? No. So like it's like you should know that you are not being kept. You should know that look, I can't keep this any longer, and then move. Like there was a friend of mine. We had one of the podcasts that I had that never aired out. We spoke about love languages and how someone might be doing something, but they might not be speaking your language. And it's either for the person to understand that this is not my language, like this is not the language of the person I'm working with, and try to adjust to it, or you just find someone that can speak your language. You get right? But at the end of the day, you don't have to endure anybody. And it's not about who should keep or who shouldn't keep. Tina, if you're sitting down on fire and it's burning your ass, won't you get up and leave?
Of course.
It's not because the fire will get cold later or it's seasonal. You get me right, that you should enjoy it. It's like, yes, this fire is hot, I have to leave. It's not you don't have to wait for someone to come and turn it off.
Okay, so one good question is, do you think, just the way you just spoke about love language, do you think there could be a miscommunication just with we people, like when we converse, we have miscommunication? It's not like the person does not really want you, but there's just a miscommunication
in love languages.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Like I read the book Love Language and I realized that look, I've been speaking the different, like people, everybody needs to read that book.
Love language.
The 5 love languages, and you realize that if I don't speak, I might be speaking a language, but if I don't speak your language, I'm not communicating with you. I might be doing things to please you, buying gifts, but I'm speaking my language. The language I speak is different from the language you speak. You might just want something else. Maybe me telling you I love you, or just paying attention to you.
And that could be a miscommunication.
My own love language might be gift, and I'm just spoiling you with gift.
Okay, let me ask this question. Before I forget. So the question is, do you think, I saw it on social media recently, do you think somebody's supposed to teach you how to love them, or you're supposed to know how to love them?
Oh boy, that's a good question. That's a good question. Honestly, I think it's both.
Both, right?
Yeah. How do you love a person that you don't like? Even
because a lot of people have this notion that the right person
should know how to love you. No. It's like, Tina, if you have bread, and I am all, and you could give it to me, to us, to, it's a teamwork.
Right.
Relationship is a teamwork. I actually came across this message once. It's like relationship is a teamwork, and in team we help each other to achieve the goal. You get right. If you know the answer to the question I have, at least, even though you don't give it to me fully, Give me clues. You get right. So I would, or else I would just be banging, and trying to, and that energy I'm using to bang it, we would just save that energy and do something else with it. And you just tell him, look, this is what I like. So even with the love language, I asked the girl that I had the conversation with. I was like, so do you think it's okay for a person to ask what's your love language? And that's the truth. If you really want to love someone, you should know what they love.
Right.
You should know what they don't.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I feel like instead of those times that you go on dates and be asking person, have you eaten?
Have you eaten?
What did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
eat?
yeah, yeah.
It's time to have those deeper conversation.
Like,
say,
you know, what's your love language?
Like, what pleases
What
you?
pleases you? Yeah.
Like, you just know if you can meet that person's
You can meet that person's need,
because
yeah.
then if you cannot, what are you still doing then?
What are you
Just
still
to frustrate
doing
the
there?
person.
Yeah.
So another thing again, why that question, the question I just asked is
Yeah.
like, if it's good for you to like self person have to be loved or the right person just automatically love you.
I love you. Yeah.
So I feel like the right and my own answer would be that the right person will be open-minded to love you the way you want to be loved, or the way you tell them to love you.
Yeah.
The right person will come with the respect. The right person will come with the understanding. The right person will not come 100%.
That's
but
true.
in you correcting them, they will adjust.
With time, they will adjust.
They will adjust. They will get it right.
Yeah.
They would put the effort to get it right at least. They would communicate with you. That's what the right person. The right. So, like people say, like you will not get it 100. Like you will not just get like a man from heaven, like that will just love you right, spend all the time with you, spend all the right money for you, and then still be working hard and all those things. But then God gives you the raw material, but then it's left for you to make that person the right person, like to make that person like a finished material. So if you cannot be patient, if you cannot work that person to the finished material, but then you want to go and jump on another person finished material,
that's how you be.
Then that's an issue. So it's not about the person loving you right or the person, but it's like, are you communicating with the person? Because then is the person open-minded to also accept the things you're saying? Because then I could say a man like, oh, I like coffee in the morning, and then he's open-minded, even though he's the most busy person. Before he leaves, he tends to leave the coffee machine on and just brew the coffee. And
he might not bring it to you.
Right. He might not bring it to you because he doesn't have the time when you're still sleeping, and he doesn't want it to be cold. He might just brew the coffee. He might not even come back to tell you that, oh, there's coffee for you, but he will leave a text message. Right, leave a text message for you, or like write a note and just paste it there for you to see. So it's like it's halfway. So everybody is going to make that effort in different ways. So it's not just like just saying that, oh, I want to be loved, breakfast
in bed,
and then
I want the man to bring it to bed,
and then the man
for
would
me.
now leave his work and come and make breakfast for you. Sometimes the man would like sometimes they get busy too, and sometimes men wants to be loved that way too. So you saying that love language, love like Kini, they should treat it as a queen. You have to treat that man as a king too. Because if that man is being treated right, he's going to treat you right. And if you are being treated right, you're going to treat your man right. It just goes the other way. It's not just one-sided.
True, you killed this conversation with that this thing. And I came across a video last week on something like that. Let me share this video with you, okay? So the video was a woman. So the video, it started with their wedding. And how the first day she met this guy, she thought this guy was going to be like, they connected. She knew this guy was the guy for her. But when things started happening, like he was not, like for example, when she was planning the wedding, he was not planning it with her. Like she wanted to get the flowers. So it was like, hey, I'm going to get the flowers. So he was on his phone doing business stuff, and she was like, hey, I'm going to get the flowers. And then she was like, what kind of colors do you like? He's like, I don't know, you could get the flower. And then she's like, are you really serious in this wedding? Because it's our wedding, but it seems like I'm the only one planning it. Right. And then she was like, oh, I don't like flowers. And then she was like, you know what, forget it. That was the first scene. The second scene was they were supposed to go see the family, but he didn't remember. So he didn't book the flight for himself, but she got her own flight ticket or something like that. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. And then she's like, oh, okay, forget about it. You get it, right? But now she was like, if I want to help. So she went to visit a friend, and then the friend's child came with a problem. And then the child was like, mommy, can you fix this for me? And then the mom was like, you know what, I can, but let us fix it together. So the mom and the kid fixed it. So she was like, how about instead of me treating my husband like that, this guy like that, how about if I help him to understand who I am and what I love, you understand, right? So she replayed the whole thing, and then was like, so for example, that flower scene where he didn't know the flower that she wanted, so if she had let him conversate and she didn't cut him off, like, you know what, forget about it, he could have said something like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been busy, but you know what, so since you're doing the flowers, yeah, you know I don't like flowers, let me handle this other segment of the wedding, you get it? Okay, you know I like cooking, let me do the cooking part of it, so I'll take some stress off you. And she was like, oh, that's nice of you. So I mean, she was first pissed that he didn't understand the flowers and all that, but now he's like, okay, let me do the flower, okay, I'll do the menu part of it. She was like, oh, that's nice of you. And then the next one was like the traveling, because he didn't book a flight. He was like, yeah, okay, I'm so okay, I was busy, but you know what I can do, I can come halfway. You get it, right? So immediately after work, I'll just book a flight and then come there. She was like, oh wow, like, so now it's not making sense to her that, I mean, he could not be there because of it, but he's still creating that time for me to, you know, still come and do this with me. And she even loved him more because of that. So it's not like, back to the conversation, what you were saying, that sometimes this person might not meet you fully there, but he might just turn the coffee on for you because he has things to do. You get right? And we live in a world where we want that man to bring the coffee to our bed.
Wake up to reality.
Wake up to reality. Wait, just because social media fool you. Yeah.
It's just that maybe he could do that on days he is not busy. It's
Busy,
not like
every
sleeping
time.
in the bed and he cannot bring a coffee to you. But he
Yeah.
left the house before you and then you're still sleeping. So it's just like what you just say, like, yeah, that thing makes a lot of sense. So it's like, we could be friends, we could be dating, we could be husband and wife, but then it's more like, there are some things you're going to do that I will not partake in.
I think I drank the puppy more than the CS.
So now you want to meet halfway.
Halfway. We gotta be, you know, like the conversation, meeting halfway.
Yeah.
This is husband, this is wife. I have to meet them halfway.
No, so-
Yeah, you're
so-
good. So sorry to cut you
So
short.
yeah, so instead of, there are some things you get interested in, like there's some things you do that I would not come true,
Yeah.
or I will not come along with you, or I might even forget about the whole thing.
yeah.
But the thing is that, how am I trying to meet up for that part that I've done? Am I
Yes.
just reluctant about
Reluctant
it,
about
or
it.
like am I saying like, oh, I cannot? Or sometimes, a lot of time when people be like, oh, I cannot come, I'm caught up in this thing. It's not because they're caught up. Maybe they're planning a surprise for you.
Yeah,
somewhere else. Or
that could be the
sometimes-
case
Yeah,
too.
that could be the case. Or sometimes it's really because they're caught up, but then them not meeting up, they're going to make extra effort next
To meet
time
up next.
right?
To meet
So
up the next
it's just
one.
like, just because,
They don't meet the first
right?
one.
So it's just like, we should try to understand, like, just because you and somebody you're coming together to be in love or to start a relationship doesn't mean that
Doesn't mean that
does
person
not
will
does not have his own life going. Does not mean the person, or does not take away the things, like does not take away some things from the person. Because what if that person
For
is
real.
very forgetful?
For real.
You're
for
going
real.
to be getting mad because he forgets
Forgets every time.
So
Yeah.
then you have to come up with a strategy to meet him halfway. 'Cause
That's
he
true.
forgets a
That's
lot.
true. That's
What
true.
if the person is the kind of person who don't like social gathering,
Ooh.
and you like
Social
social gathering?
gathering,
How would you
yeah.
meet that person halfway?
Ah, boy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There,
And you don't expect him to just completely love
right.
social gathering
just
because
you
love
guys are
social
together.
ga-
Just because you guys
yeah,
are together,
yeah.
you don't expect them to just automatically switch from who they really are to just to be. I mean, sometimes they might not like it, but they might be there. But it doesn't mean like every time they will have to be there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right. So it's just like you have to meet them
Halfway,
you have
yeah.
to try to compromise too.
Wow.
And they have to compromise too. So it's like meeting each other halfway, and then with time, you people will grow together and know like the things you guys like to do together and the things but you guys definitely should have things that you guys like to do together.
It's interesting that you're single, but you don't have the mindset of a single person.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're single by appearance. She's single physically, but up here she's not single.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
I actually am not single up there.
Yeah, up there you're ready for.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit is up
I beg you. It's not about that. It's just saying like you even some people that are in relationship don't think the way you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a powerful, like the way you think is really powerful, like that you understand all this things. Some people in relationship, because I guess they haven't really had that time to just think about things and see things from outside. You get it, right? Like for
Yeah.
me, the beauty of life is stepping out of things. It's like, step out of a relationship and just look things from outside.
Right.
Look people in relationships.
Right.
Because once you're in a relationship, you don't see things that other people are seeing.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of people are close-minded.
Yeah, close-minded too, yeah.
Close-minded, because sometimes I've seen things, but I block it. I've not picked it up because they're so close-minded. Maybe I say that I beg you,
I beg you, they just block everything up. Yeah,
I beg
yeah,
you. This will not the
yeah,
work. I beg
yeah.
you. I beg you. Especially, you know how the Bible will always say, like, you know how Bishop will always say that do your own part. Don't forget about what the other person is doing. Do your own part, because God says when your obedience is complete, it will punish every disobedience. It will punish. It will revenge your disobedience. So you have to do your own part, because then a lot of time, a lot of people want to do their own part, or a lot of people are doing their own part, but they are not patient enough for the other person, for God to actually make the other person come over to come and do his own part. So it's more like you're being annoying, and then I make breakfast for you. I brought it the first day, second day, and the second day you've not responded the right way. I beg you, I don't tire. I beg you, I don't tire. Like, no patience. So everybody is just like being exhausted. Everybody won't get patience anymore. So it's
I
just
know.
so all those things then plays role too, because then we don't want to. Because then now we're not coming up with that excuse like, I beg, I know him, Jerry. I don't give him breakfast.
First,
One, two, you know, I won't
he's
change.
strong. Yeah,
Now,
he did-
now
yeah.
this one, like, because then we've already written that one off now.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know.
No, I think it's a great this is a great conversation for real. Like, even just from this conversation, I have learned so many things that just, you know, just hearing how you think and your mindset towards being single, it's beautiful. And I just, you know, sometimes wish people would just have that time to, you know, really 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 be single. And just, I see people being single and they think they're always in a relationship, and like breakups affect them and stuff like that. They cry over
So
being
they always
single.
have rebounds.
Yeah, they cry over being single. I am happy over being single because, look, it's a phase. You get, right? Enjoy it while it lasts.
Please, when we mean being single, don't mean like be sleeping with somebody and then having be laughing. You join those.
Yeah, she's serious. She's serious. Yeah, we're serious. So we're serious. It's
But yeah, it's just like when you are being single,
yeah.
completely be single and see what happens of you.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of times when you say you're single and you're still having those side chick, having sex and friends with benefits, all those things occupies you, and before you know, your single years are over and you don't do nothing.
And you don't do
Because then you're not seriously being single. Because then when you are single, there's a thing that a lot of people don't know, right?
Yeah.
One thing is, have you been so like, I want to use the word bored, but I shouldn't. Well, I'm still going to use it.
Okay.
Have you been so bored that to the extent that now you have to pick up the things that you should be doing but you don't want to do?
Yeah.
You start picking them up and start
doing them. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's one thing. So sometimes, because we've left relationships and now you're
bored.
you're
start
just being
paying attention
single,
to
right? Those things, then before you know, you just like, I don't have anything to
Let
do.
me start.
Those excuses will be gone,
Let me
because then
start paying off.
now you want to pick up those things and
Yeah.
just like, what, let me be doing it. And then you start seeing joy in those things you're doing. You start feeling happiness. You start seeing why you should do those things
In
and
the first place.
Yeah, and those things now are not making you be a better person. And then you're learning lessons. So sometimes allow yourself to be bored. Sometimes allow yourself to be away from people. Sometimes allow yourself to be quiet. Sometimes allow yourself to just lay lazy and do nothing. Just allow yourself, because then those things comes with you dreaming. Those things comes with you having a think about what you've done, why you've had a failed relationship, what you should do better, how you should grow. Yeah, and what you did wrong the last relationship, or like
that's so
think
true.
about the patterns of your past relationships. Like, what have I done? Because then most times we try to put the blame on other people and not ourselves. I was listening to this guy and he said something. He said that we should that we don't suspect ourselves. That we always think we know ourselves, but we don't even know half of ourselves. So then we don't suspect ourselves to the things that we're doing.
That's true.
And then we're suspecting every other person around us. So that's the thing. If you have enough time to think, like me, one thing I did last year, was it last year or last 2 years? One thing I did most last year was write about myself. When I mean write about myself, I just like plainly like was honest to myself. I just picked my phone, and then I was like, okay, I have this toxic trait, I have this and that, and then I list out my triggers of those things, and I list like scenarios where it has happened, and then I talked about my weaknesses, the things I've been through, like why my character, my temperament, and some things I don't like, some things I would not even tell anybody. I just wrote them all for myself, not because I don't think about it, but I put them in writing. But sometimes when I go back to read those things, I just laugh. And with that time, I've come to like, when I write those things, it gives me even better understanding of who I am.
That makes sense.
Yeah, of who I am. Because then sometimes when you write some things, it makes you even think deeper into what you're doing. And then that's, I don't know, it has helped me though. Just find yourself. It's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Get to know yourself, find yourself, know your triggers, just so you can stay away. Because sometimes you see all these men that beats their wife is because
they haven't.
I don't know their triggers. Because
Yeah.
it's more like, if you know, like a woman insulting a woman saying some kind of words are your triggers for you to be violent. You know, before you get to that stage, you should walk away. Like how to better handle the situation, and how to better communicate that to your partner and say like, dude, like these are my triggers. I don't like it when you do this. Don't do this because it will get this bad, and I don't want to be this person. Because then it's not just so much about, I will never justify if my reason is on a woman, but then it's not so much about a man raising his hand as a woman, but then that man, it's not just about the woman going through those traumas and everything. The man also suffers being in that dark spot himself, because then you trigger something, or them themselves, they don't better know themselves, and they allow themselves to get to that deep part, and now they're so in darkness, and they don't know how to explain themselves, they don't know how to come out of that thing, they feel like the worst human being ever, and then you being in your own trauma and everything. It's just so get to know yourself and try to walk away from those things, because it's never a good thing. Like, those things are never excuses, but that's why they say learn to know yourself, learn to control yourself, learn to know who you are, what you should be doing, where you should be, how to say no, how to say yes, how to walk away, how to stay, how to do those things. It helps you a lot as a human being.
That's, guys, we're gonna end it there, okay? We're definitely gonna end it there. Great conversation. I love this, for real. Tina, we should come back again and talk some more. Maybe pick a different topic and still talk about it.
Okay.
A part 2 of maybe being single or something. But it's just time. We've.
Oh no, you should let them comment. Like, what would you guys like to hear about?
What would you guys want us to?
Would you guys like to listen
100%.
to? Or have us talk about?
Yeah, have us talk about. Yeah, and definitely we will talk about it. Okay, but before we end this show, what do you think about the wine? So if we were to rate number 1, number 2, which one would you rate number 1? I know it's sure. So, but don't be truthful, okay? Don't lie. Be truthful. Yeah, which one would you rate number 1? Which one would you rate number 1?
I feel like I'll rate yours number 1.
Really?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
I feel like after a while I started not tasting
the sugar. Yeah.
In this one, and it started tasting like some
this is a little bit artificial.
Right, started tasting some ordinary.
Yeah.
To this, but then this
is
like
more consistent taste. Yeah, right. I get what you're saying. Like, cause I was drinking it and then Chopai was just like I was just.
Right. I noticed it for that, so this will go number 1.
So this is sweet, but this is more mature than this one. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Hey, shout out to
that was being honest.
Yes, I like your honesty, for real. You could have said yours was better. Some people had said theirs was better, but does this get 10 years that she said her own was better? But yeah, I think I like your wine. I like yours too. It tastes good. But back to the same what you talked about too. This is something that you can do for a long period of time, but this is something that after a while you just get fed up.
It's like, according to Drake, it all tastes the same.
After a while, it's just like the same thing. Yeah.